Hello guys, S2W here with another casual consumer's perspective review. For this video, actually the following video after this as well, I'll be reviewing sneakers that I passed up but decided to get them after a restock happened here in Toronto, Canada. Specifically, a new Footaction store opened up near a shopping mall where I live, and they had some fire restocks on their opening. Released for a few times since 1991, but finally a new retro that featured a branding design scene on the first OG colorway. Today, I have the Air Jordan 6 Infrared here for a review. Also, if my review today has helped you in any way, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support the channel out. As of this video's upload date, about 2 weeks has passed since its first release date that happened in mid-February of 2019, specifically the All-Star weekend. Stock was huge in this release. Regardless, I never pulled the trigger and they eventually sold out everywhere. I'm more of a lifestyle guy and I understand 6s are really hard to pull off of a day-to-day wear. But I asked myself if I ever wanted one colorway of the 6s, it had to be these, so I decided to cop them and check them out. These are my first ever Air Jordan 6s, so you'll be hearing my first impressions of them from a fresh perspective. Regarded as the model worn by Michael Jordan that won his first championship title with the Chicago Bulls, this model and colorway is considered as one of the most anticipated drops of 2019. What's different about this retro compared to the previous? Let's take a closer look at these sneakers. Having these infrareds in hand, or generally just the model up close, I've slowly realized how sleek and streamlined the sneaker visually looks. In fact, I've learned the shoe design was actually inspired by MJ's German sports car, and maybe because of that reason that these 6s is just aesthetically fast and classy looking. Made with mostly a nubuck upper for its construction, the whole shoe just feels very durable and premium at the same time. Although the nubuck is not buttery smooth, it still feels very well made and exceptional in hand. And as far as I understand, this nubuck material is a lot closer to the feel of the OG pair than the previous furry suede retros of the infrareds. Furthermore, the lateral and medial side of the shoe looks identical to each other for that symmetricity, and we'll see plenty of what seems to be perforation spots. But personally, the midfoot area and also the holes found near the ankle collar seems like it's only for looks, as a layer of 3M film is situated under there, so when light hits it at a certain angle, you can see it brighten up like a diamond. From top view, we'll see the sneakers came laced up with your standard flat nylon laces that eventually gets threaded through an infrared colored lace lock. This lace lock is branded with the Nike logo and also the Jumpman logo as well at the back, basically a mechanism to tighten up the laces in place while running, jumping, or even dunking. All of these rests on top of the tongue of the shoe, which is made out of what feels like layers of ventilated neoprene and then with a rubbery plastic tongue tip with the Air Jordan logo debossing at the top. Also, an outer layer of the neoprene sleeve rests at the middle of the tongue with a bright infrared Jumpman logo embroidered on it as well. Inside the shoe, the wall lining is also covered up with a cozy textile lining that feels padded by touch. Due to the high top design of this model, this wall cushioning does envelop a large area, but generally it diminishes its softness as it goes further down to the footbed. It also comes with a foam insole in each shoe and the infrared shading with the Nike Air branding at the heel. While flipping this insole over, it's a piece of white rubbery foam layer with sizing imprints on them. Then at the back of the sneakers, we will see the rubber heel pull of the shoe that looks like car spoilers. And this is also where we see the iconic branding of this 2019 retro, using an embroidered Nike Air and swoosh that imitates the OG pair released initially. Everyone craves for a pair that looks as original as possible, so bringing this retro back with the Nike Air branding at the heel was something a lot of die-hard Jordan fans were looking for. Another thing that infrared fans were looking out for was the infrared color shading on this shoe. Basically, all the retros after the first retro that I released in year 2000 had very inconsistent shadings. The infrared on these 2019 version is essentially now considered as the color that was very much like to the originals, or the first retros, as the 1991 pair is basically non-existent due to its rarity, so people can only compare them with the first infrared 6s retroed in the 2000. As for the bottom of the shoes, it features a foam insole with the iconic full-length Max Air unit in it. We will also see the revolutionary visible air bubble at the heel, all covered up with an icy bottom tinted in light blue. Of course, the staple Jumpman logo in the infrared color is kept under here as well, tradition to the OG design when it first came out. Anyways, here are some Air Jordan 6 infrared fit footage. Sizing wise, I went true to size with my wide feet and they feel great. If I were to play in these on a basketball court, I would consider going down half a size for a tighter fit, but like I've mentioned, I'm more looking for a lifestyle fit for these and I have no complaints going true to size, but I could fit a half size smaller too if I wanted to. Comfort wise, I'm really quite surprised that it's not as bad as it looks. I thought this sneaker looked bulky, heavy and rock solid, but really after trying them on, it's not as extreme as I had thought. Due to its high cut collar, it really isn't something that's easy to wear on feet as a daily sneaker, both stylistically and comfortability. You can say it's somewhat more confined, making our feet a lot more jam-packed for a tighter lockdown fit, which also translates to a warmer shoe to wear due to its thick and flexible materials. Essentially, it's really built for playing ballin', but we're forcing it to become a lifestyle sneaker. It's sturdy and solid on feet, but we have to cut it some slack for making it perform something that's not what it excels at. But like I said, lifestyle-wise, we will be sacrificing a bit to look good, fancy, and at the end of the day, it's really not that bad. Unless of course, you're spoiled to the knitted textiles or any revolutionary cushionized soles that we have today. Visual-wise though, when paired up with the right pants or jeans, I think it looks bomb on feet. I personally think if you ever wanted one colorway of the 6s, I think it's these. You can also simply let the infrared streaks do the talking, and they'll look classic on feet. Linked up with its significant story with MJ and also worn by MJ himself back in the day, it surely is a sneaker and colorway that most Jordan fans should consider collecting. Price-wise, these were 265 Canadian dollars before tax, sold out in most places here in Toronto as far as I understand. If it wasn't for this grand opening restock, I would have missed out. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video, click the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and let me know in the comments if you try to cop a pair as well. It's one of the few Jordan colorways that does sell out due to its important role in MJ's history, and with its closest resemblance to the OG pair to this date, it's a no-brainer that hardcore fans may even double up to dry up the stock. That's it for today, S2W signing off.